to expect, by the way. So,
Oh, my notes for this is he's famous. Wow.
really though, a lot of people like tell me that,
That you're famous because you are. Yeah.
that I'm famous in the wrestling community, and I'm just like, it doesn't feel that way. I still feel like the kid from like 2017. I'm like, nobody knows who the fuck I am.
You're so humble. That's so nice of you with all your followers and fame and money. Like, look at you, man. Just look at you out here. I'm gonna use this as the intro, honestly. Guys, welcome to Muscle Memory. My name's Malcolm. We're here with BDE. What's up, yo?
That's me. What's popping, y'all?
Dude, it is incredible to see your growth on YouTube right now. Like, I've been watching since I was probably like 14 or something. Like,
damn.
It's crazy. It's crazy
Thank
out
you,
here. You
man.
have 724,000 subscribers. Do you realize how many people that is?
Dude, it's a lot of people when you think about it.
Yeah, like you could fill up like the state of like Rhode Island or something. Like, that's
Right?
insane. That's
like, I think like
huge.
when you get that plaque from YouTube, it has a little note that's like you have more subscribers than like whatever state they put on it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Get that little letter from like Sarah, whatever the hell her last name is. Starts with a W.
I think it's like Susan Wojcicki or something.
That's too many letters for me to spell, honestly. That's too much, man. But like, dude, how is like this experience of being a YouTuber been for you so far? Because like you're a full-time YouTuber now.
Yeah, man, I gotta be honest. It feels like it's just meant to be, low key. I feel like I'm in a groove. I'm in a nice little element here. Like me and my editor, Big Red. We got a good team. It's just me and him, so it works very well.
That's good, man. I mean, that's crazy. Like, you have like a team now. You're becoming a real YouTuber. I gotta talk to my team now. Like, okay, that's Dude, legit. That's legit.
When I'm talking to my mom, I'm talking about like business managers and stuff. And she's like, "What the hell?"
What it goes into having like a team when you're like a YouTuber? Like, what does that entail? Like managers, editors, etc. Like, what's your team looking like?
Well, it's really just me, like on the YouTube side of things, it's really just me and Big Red. And then sometimes every now and then when I have like a really good idea that I believe in, I'll outsource to a thumbnail designer because I'm like, okay, if this video is gonna slap, I need the thumbnail to slap too. But essentially it's just me and him. And I think we've been working together for like a year and a half. And when we started, I just told him everything I was looking for. And then I was like, you really don't have any restrictions, like, you know, because he was a content creator long before I was. So I was like, you know how this works, you know how the wrestling community works. Whatever ideas you have, you don't even need to bring it to me. If you think it's good for the video, I want you to put your creative spin on it, because I feel like that'll just help us, you know, get a groove going. And I feel like that's what we got right now.
For sure, man. It looks like it's working. It looks like it's definitely working for you. Like, what do you think is better for like your channel growth? Is it like certain like episodic type of content, or is maybe like one-offs?
I've learned that episodic content does not work. It does not, like, or at least for the wrestling gaming community. I can only speak on my experience, but yeah, episodic content really does not work. Like, because I remember doing hundreds of episodes of like my career mode back on 2K17, and like that's the game that like got me to where I am now. But that's what worked back then. But right now, people, unless it's a series from the game itself, like, you know, we had 2K22 My Rise. I keep wanting to call it My Career, but it's called My Rise, whatever. The My Rise, since it's a built-in game mode, people want to see that. So a long episodic content like that is fine. But as soon as it's over, it is over. If you stretch it out, it's not going to do well. So I've learned, for me personally, what works best is just one-off content. I'm basically making content that I would have liked to see when I was younger.
For sure. That's always like the stuff that's gonna work because you're actually passionate about it. And like looking behind you right now, I see some championship belts, obviously. See some pops.
I gotta flex the belts.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's an Intercontinental. Yeah, the movie. See that one. I like that. I like that energy. I see some plaques, man. What was it like getting those YouTube plaques for the first time?
Man, let me tell you, the first time I got my my first YouTube plaque, it was that one. And I filmed it. It's on my channel and everything. I had an ugly ass hairdo, all that. But it was surreal because like usually like when you pass like a milestone, it's like, okay, cool, what's next? But that was like the first milestone that I really like sat in, and I was like, bro, this is crazy. Cause like I always wanted a plaque, but like long before I even started making YouTube videos, I was like, oh, that'd be cool to have. I would love a plaque.
Right.
And then when we got the Vibe one, I'm like, all right, two plaques, Brandon in the building. You know what I'm saying? I was telling Aaron, I was like, look, bro, I'm about to start collecting them like Infinity Stones at this point. We got the Millie coming up. It's going right up there.
Dang, bro, that's insane. Like that's gonna be a pretty cool moment. Like, when do you think
Yeah.
you're gonna hit 1 million?
It's gonna be next year.
Okay.
I really strive for it to be this year, and it's still possible. You never know. I could have a video that could take off, but it's looking like it's gonna be beginning to middle of next year.
Okay. Okay. What's the celebration gonna be like? How you celebrating it? That's
Dude,
huge.
I don't know. Like, I really would love to just have a bunch of my close friends and like YouTubers just in one space and we just hang out.
For
But
sure.
I don't know how that would work. I have no idea. I'm real chill. Like, if it
Yeah.
ends up just being me, my girlfriend, and my sister going to the movies to celebrate, I'm cool with that too.
What's the last movie you saw?
And what, like in theaters or just
Like
in
in
general?
theaters. In theaters. In theaters.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay. All right. Did you
Yeah.
like it? Good.
Yeah,
Some
bro,
people hate it.
huh?
Some people hate it.
Yeah, a lot of people hate it. I thought it was good. And I thought like the ending was really cool. Like I
Sure.
won't give any spoilers, but I mean the movie's out on Disney Plus already. But if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it. But I thought the ending was really cool. I'm a big, Marvel nerd. Like the majority of the pops back there is just Marvel. Like that one alone is just a Marvel like
Which
little
one's
section.
that?
So that's Spider-Man, another
Okay.
Spider-Man, because that's my favorite superhero, you feel me?
Yeah.
And then we got Black Panther. Can't forget about my boy Chadwick,
Respect.
you feel me?
Respect.
And then we got what's his name? Thanos with his like burned face from Endgame.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a big Marvel nerd. I'm all that, man. So I love the MCU.
Do you have like a collection of stuff? Is like pops like your big thing right now, or do you collect anything else?
So I used to collect pops all the time when I was a teenager, but
Okay.
I don't really collect them anymore. Like I just have a bunch of pops that I had, but I feel like eventually they're gonna cost a lot of money, so I'm just saving them. And like when I was in my old house, I didn't have a background. It was just a wall.
Yeah.
So and I wasn't using my pops. So I was like, okay, I need something behind me to make it a little more interesting. So I decided to put the pops in there.
For sure, man. Like you moved recently too. Like you bought like a whole house.
Yeah, yeah. I was renting, but I was renting before, but now I own, and it's crazy.
That's from being a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, the YouTube is the only job I've ever had. I've always, when I was younger, I was trying to get jobs all the time. I was like, I want some money, bro. So like I tried to apply for like Kroger, Walmart. I never got hired. I don't know what the reason was. Maybe I just sucked. I don't know. But I was like, YouTube is the only job I've ever had. So everything I have is from YouTube.
Bro, there's nothing worse than working at a grocery store. I did that during the pandemic, so I was like, I need to get out the house. Worst experience ever. God, it sucks. I feel like when I see like older people that work in grocery stores, I feel bad because I'm like, yo, I can't do this at that age. I can't do this now, and I'm 23. Nah, fam, no way I'm be 78 sitting up in Kroger. Can't
Facts,
do it.
dude.
Won't do it, bro. But like, how do you get to this point where like you can build this channel to the point that you can buy like a whole house, dude? Like, what's been like your journey leading up to this?
It's just been like nonstop. I really don't take breaks. Like ever since I've been doing YouTube, I've never been like, hey guys, I'm gonna take like a 2-month break. And then like I just don't. Like I don't enjoy not working. I love to work. So even when I slowed the upload schedule down, because like before I was uploading every day and then it moved to every other day. And then now it's really just I upload once a week, but that's just because we're working harder on the videos. Instead of just we like to do quality over quantity. So like we like to spend more time. So I don't really take breaks. The only time I've really taken breaks is if I go on a vacation. But in that case, I prepared a whole lot of videos so that while I am not working for a whole week, I still have things going out.
Dude, how do you not experience like burnout? Because I feel like you're just constantly working. Like you never hit like those moments you're like, I don't know if YouTube's it right now. Like I might need a month. I might not even want to do this anymore. Like, have you ever hit like that point? You're like, I might have to go work at that Kroger real quick.
I've definitely experienced burnout. I feel like every creator does. I've experienced burnout, but I just can't imagine letting this opportunity go. Like that is just not an option. Like I dropped out of college for this. So like no matter how low the lows are, I just got to stick with it. Cause like, you got to think like I'm in a very privileged position. Like there are people who are working like 12-hour shifts that absolutely hate their job. And for me to sit here and complain about not enjoying the game for a year is just like, so like, dude, I'm in my PJs right now, you know, like who am I to complain? Like, yeah, there are things to complain about, but at the end of the day, I'm not lifting heavy shit for like 14 hours.
You know, we're about to talk about working out too. I've seen you up in the gym before. Like, what's the numbers looking like?
Dude, okay, so I was moving for a while, so I like completely stopped going, which I
Yeah.
hated, but it was almost kind of like necessary.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to figure out the meal preps part of it.
Yeah.
But I got this app on my phone now. I'm excited to get back to it.
Which one? Which one?
Let me see what
My
it
Fitness
is.
Pal?
No, I think it's called Muscle Booster.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it like shows you, because like I know some workout routines, but I feel like form is really what it is for me. Like I want to make sure I'm doing them right.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
this app like shows you what you're going to be working out for and how long, and it'll show you like how to do it, which is really cool. Not an ad, but
No, the video's been sponsored by like no, for sure, man. I eventually, once you get to that point, once you get to that point where you like have the form down really well, literally just go through like any wrestler and just like pick one of their workouts, go through it, because they always do like some random stuff. That's why they're so big and massive and whatnot. Just go through it, pick out stuff that you like. You can make your own routine through it. It's like the easiest thing in the world. Like people really be paying like $100 a month for programs. I'm like, nah. I can literally look up Sheamus workout, go through it, pick through what I like.
That's sick. I didn't even think about doing that. Like I have that as like a video idea, but not something to do.
Dude, like when The Rock did Hercules, so he put out all these different like Instagram posts with his entire workouts. And like every now and then I'll go to the gym and I'm like, I don't feel like following this program today. I just type in Rock Hercules workout. I see the leg stuff he puts up. I'm like, all right, we're following this today. By the end of it, sweating. Horrible.
Oh, dude, I believe it. If you're doing a rock workout, you're out for a couple days.
Bro, it's something. It's something, man. And like there's so much stuff going on with YouTube right now. So many like YouTubers are like getting in shape and doing all this like boxing stuff and whatnot, whichever want to box.
Dude, okay. Dude, hear me out. Hear me out when it comes to boxing, bro. I'm the biggest pacifist, you know, bro. I don't like to fight. I don't like drama. I don't like any of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But if the opportunity came, I would at least think about it. In the long term, right now, I think I would say no, because that's just not me. But the money would be right, and that's something to think about. But what I would say though, instead of boxing, if like an opportunity came from like WWE or AEW to be like, hey, if you get in shape and you want to be, if you want to do this for a little bit, I would definitely take that opportunity. I'd hit the gym hard, bro. Because like, even though that would be like more taxing on your body, the passion I have for wrestling is much stronger than boxing. So I'd much rather be in like a Royal Rumble or something.
No, for sure, for sure. My next question was, which wrestling YouTuber would you want to punch in the face? But I guess the answer is none of them. But we're gonna go with Den Cops. That's the answer. I'm gonna go with Den Cops.
Yeah. Because then since we're cool, he could punch me back, and then bet.
I feel like y'all be like the same weight division. I think it'll be all right. Like y'all about the same boat.
I think I'm 20. I think I'm like 20 pounds under Chris. The only reason I know that is because we were just talking about it the other day.
You just trade back weight sizes.
Yeah, I was asking him how his workouts were going. He was like, I'm about like 170 something right now. I'm like, okay, I see you.
If like someone came up to you and asked you like, who should they watch in wrestling community? Like, what names are you saying?
Murphs, 100%, bro. Bro, any opportunity I get, I gas this man up, bro. This man is focused. He cares about YouTube. He like studies his analytics all the time. I talk to him all the time. And his product is just so good. You could see like on his channel when he stopped doing like universe mode content and pivoted to what he's doing now, you just saw the immediate growth. And I don't think anyone else is making content like him right now. So I think he's in his own element right now. He's incredible.
For sure. Like I don't watch a whole lot of 2K guys, so I'm just not a big video game person, but he is definitely one of the names I always keep up there. Like you, Merce, Phoenix, all you guys. Like y'all killing out here, man. And like I mentioned Phoenix really quickly, and like I want to talk about VYBE. Where's VYBE at? I
Dude,
feel like a lot of people have questions, and like I want to clear the air. Where's VYBE at?
We really got like caught up in our own things. Like around the time I can't remember specifically, but I think Dalt might have been going through something. I know Aaron was, but I can't remember exactly what was happening with Dalt. He might have been burnt out because I've seen him talk about it on like Twitter and stuff like that, and we've had talks and stuff. So I think he just experienced a little bit of burnout. I can't speak for him, but I think that's what happened. And Aaron was just going through a lot of personal stuff at the time. Like it was really just like stacking up. So he needed to take a break. And in that time, I was like, I'm just gonna keep recording. Cause I feel like that's just been like the constant in my life. It's like, or ever since I was like starting YouTube, it's like I can't really tell you the last time I haven't like recorded a video unless I'm on like vacation.
For sure.
Oh yeah, we all just got caught up.
Yeah, I know, life happens. And I guess the next question would be like pretty easy one. Will we see a VYBE return? When can we ever see some more content?
I do believe so, because I can't say what's happening, but
of course
there are some ideas happening. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility at all.
Good, man. I just want to make sure people could use that for the thumbnail. You know, where's VYBE?
You know what I'm saying? What happened to VYBE?
Exactly, the real story untold. For sure, man. But I want to talk about like your channel and your growth right now, because like you keep going up like hundreds of thousands of subscribers really quickly. What do you think is like been the leading factor into growing so quickly, and you're gaining like these followers, you're giving out these belts every 100K? Like what's been like that leading growth?
I do it every time, but I gotta give a shout out to Daryl Eves, man. That man is a YouTube guru. If you don't know who he is, he literally works with Mr. Beast. Like that's all you need to know. Oh. So like I learned from him, and I mean I learned from a lot of other people as well, but he was the catalyst for the change. Like as soon as I can tell you the first video I used with his methods, and like it was immediate. Like I had whatever 60K views on a video, and then the next one was like 300K. I was like, oh, this man knows what he talking about. So we were just talking about strategies and formulas. And he basically told me when I joined his program, he was like, trust and believe, we will get you to 1 million subscribers. I said, okay, bet. So it's at the end of the day, it's basically just doing content that I enjoy, but I also need to fulfill what the audience is expecting or what they want. So it kind of has to be like a bit in the middle. Like before I was making content for me, but now I'm making content for them, but it's a little bit of a mix at the same time. So it's really just focusing in on the good ideas, learning about retention, thumbnails. And honestly, I feel like an unspoken part about YouTube is the psychology of it. Like there's a lot of things that like we implement into the videos that is just pure, how do human beings think?
Well, can you explain some of that?
It mainly
don't give away all your secrets. Don't give away all of it.
it mainly comes down to storytelling, like at the end of the day, because like if your video doesn't have a story, it's fun to watch, but that means somebody could leave at any point, like, and they won't feel like they're missing something. So something like where I buy a championship every time I win a championship in the game, for example, it's like, okay, you see a level of progression. So I go from buying the Intercontinental title to, or whatever the video was. I think like the Intercontinental title, the tag title, and then the WWE title. So it's like, you just see this level of progression. And then like in that video, Rick Boogs was holding the title for like 600 days. So I couldn't move past the Intercontinental title division until he lost it. So it was wasting a lot of my time, and I only had like an hour to do it. So like you get all these different elements in these videos, and you just want to hook people. You know, you just want to make an entertaining video at the end of the day.
For sure. It's like having little like subcategories of like stories going on within one. Like that definitely makes a whole lot of sense. And like, do you think like the status of like wrestling YouTube or just like YouTube in general is moving more towards like a Mr. Beast style of content? Like where do you see like the status of like wrestling YouTube and then just overall YouTube moving in how they tell videos or how they tell stories?
I think it's so interesting because I think there's a lot of different ways that work for the wrestling community, because you know you have the people who do news videos, and those videos will take off sometimes because they'll be like hot in the moment, like especially with everything that happened with AEW. Everybody wants to know what the hell is going on, so those videos are always going to do well. And I feel like wrestling is like a niche that we don't have a lot of creators in, but it's a niche that will never die because there's always new content, whether that be a game, whether that be another pay-per-view, there's always something happening.
Sure.
But I think there is a shift with YouTube in general with just what a lot of people call it is like Mr. Beastification of just like fast edits, money, all that. But I think it's slowly starting to shift to storytelling. Like we're still like having the Mr. Beastification effect. But if there's no story, why are people gonna watch this video? Like, why are they gonna care?
That's true. That's true. Because like I know at one point YouTube was very like vlog centric. Like you had like your Rice Gum, so they had like a Mr. Beast style of editing, but like in a vlog like Rice Gum, like flexing everything, etc., etc. And now it's more of like a challenge type of video,
Right. And I think like this is just my personal opinion, but I think vlogs died. Like I think vlogs have completely died. Like that trend is over. Like if you just do a vlog of like what you're doing in your life, it's not going to do well. Or the only way it's going to do well is if it's a completely different idea, but in a vlog format. Like, so if you're going to, WrestleMania, you could do a day in the life of that because there's some type of story. Like, there's like, hey, I'm waking up and I'm doing this and we're at WrestleMania. There's stuff to do. But if it's just, I'm gonna walk the dog today and chill with my friends, it's probably not gonna do that well.
Even with that, like some like wrestling vlogs, like I know one time I did one, I went to Impact Wrestling because they invited me out. And like I tried to tell like little sub stories of like what my friends are doing on top of the fact of like I'm also going to this wrestling show. They don't know what wrestling is. Let's teach them wrestling. Like there's different ways to tell vlogs because like not everything is gonna be Casey Neistat like anymore, where you just like have some drone shots, you have your big moment, and that's kind of it, But like when it comes to like your channel, like you don't necessarily do a whole lot of vlogs. It's more of like Reddits and like 2K and whatnot. Do you feel like that kind of stuff is like the new trend right now is to do like Reddit videos and I guess like 2K for the obvious like wrestling community?
It's interesting because I don't know if it's a trend, but I think it's more about me trying to connect with my audience. Cause like the Reddit, it's so like I feel like it's the most personal content like I've ever really done because where I'm literally reading stuff that my audience is putting out. So like, it makes them feel good. And I want to know what they're thinking. I want to know what they think about the pay-per-views, not even just for the channel. I'm just genuinely interested to see what they have to say. These people watch me all the time. I should at least be interested to see what they got to say.
Sure.
So like, I love reading Reddit. I love the memes. I like seeing them try and make me laugh. I like seeing them make fun of me because like, I've growing up, if you couldn't get roasted in my friend group, you couldn't be in the friend group. So you got to be able to take a punch. So like whenever there's a funny meme about me and it's just roasting the shit out of me, I think it's hilarious. But yeah, I think it's just about trying to connect with your audience however you can. Like just sharing your inputs on what happens is a way of connecting. Because even if someone disagrees with you, then at least they can say, well, he's not a robot. He has opinions.
For sure, man. And like one thing I want to touch on that you mentioned earlier was like training. And I know you trained to be a wrestler before. What happened with that? Like, are you still, is being a wrestler something you want to do now? Or it's kind of like, it was cool to train and that's it.
Yeah, I think that was actually the defining moment where I knew that I wanted to be a content creator, like full time, because while I was doing it, I had fun, but it was taking away from my content. And I was like, I don't like that. Like I said, if there was like an opportunity that came up from like WWE and they were like, would you want to have a match? I'd fully be like, let's go. If it takes away from the channel for a little bit, bet it's worth it, But it was just, it just wasn't, it wasn't for me. Like, I don't think I could be like a full-time wrestler, but I would have matches. I think that would be fun.
No, definitely. I think definitely could like be interesting to see like more like wrestling YouTubers kind of, or like just content creators, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, kind of make like that jump over to actually like being in the ring, which like we're seeing a lot now. I know like Indigo, she's a wrestler now. And like a bunch of other guys, they're starting to actually get in there and actually take the bumps and whatnot. But
I think Emily just started wrestling too.
She did. She just finished up training. She's supposed to debut like, I think in like a month, something like that. So yeah, no, it's definitely a good time to be a wrestling fan right now. But how much wrestling do you actually watch? Because I know like your schedule's busy, dude. Like, are you actually watching Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Rampage, Dynamite, etc.?
for the longest time, when Vince was still running stuff, like in like late 2019, that's when I really like just zoned out, like because I wasn't enjoying the product, and it was like I noticed it was just kind of a chore that I watched Raw and SmackDown. So what I ended up doing was, instead of watching it, I would watch what happened on Twitter or YouTube, because then I could just watch the things I cared about. Um,
Yeah.
and when Triple H took over, that's when I just completely started watching again. Like I've watched every week. Like it's not like it's miles better than what Vince is doing, but you know, there's still some elements they got to tweak and fix on. But you can see that the product is improving, in my opinion, at least.
No, for sure.
With AEW, I've always watched the pay-per-views. I don't miss pay-per-views just because like I like to keep up with what's going on over there. But I just can't figure out why I can't zone into it. Like so many of my favorite wrestlers are over there. It's my favorite wrestler of all time, Bryan Danielson, is over there. And like I told myself, I was like, when he goes, I'm watching every week. And I watched for like a solid like 3 weeks, but then I just zoned out. I don't know what it is, but there's something that I can't just like latch into, and I wish I could figure it out.
I think sometimes it's like you watch WWE for so long. It's like if you watch any other wrestling show, like you want it to be WWE so bad that it's like, this is not it. Because like that happened to me a lot watching TNA. I'm like, this is great, but it's just not WWE.
Yeah.
You know? Like, do you feel like it could be something like that?
I think it is, but not when it comes to like storytelling or match quality or anything like that. Because I think it, for me, I've always been super picky about like video games, right? Like certain video games I won't play because like I just don't like the way it looks. And if I can't like physically just like the way it looks, I can't really play the game for a long time. So I think what it is about WWE, since I've been watching since I was a kid, they just conditioned me to their production style and how bright it is. Like, you know, when you watch a WWE event, it's very bright, and like AEW is darker. Not that it's a bad thing, but like I think I'm just used to how WWE's visuals are. I think that's what it is, but I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is.
I think that's what it is for a lot of people, honestly. Like I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, it looks different in this arena, and I can't tell why, but like it just looks different. Because like if you watch independent wrestling like DPW, like it's pretty well lit. Like you can kind of see everything that's going on. It's like, all right, I can get behind this. Then I'm watching like AEW. I'm like, this is great. Just can't see the crowd. I just kind of want to see everybody.
Like, and I think it's almost like when I watch like an independent wrestling show, like if I watch DPW, right? I don't expect those incredible graphics, or I mean, they do have incredible graphics. Let's just talk about it for a second. But you know what I mean? Like, you know, TV level production. Like, I don't expect that from like an independent wrestling scene. But since like AEW is on TV, I think somewhere in my brain it just doesn't click.
For sure, man. And like as we get closer to the end, I want to play a little game called Muscle Memory. Obviously, that's the name of the show. So for this, it's gonna be a hot take. So I have a few things I want to ask you about and just get your opinion on them, because one of your last tweets was talking about the AEW backstage nonsense that's been going on. What's your thoughts? Are you team Elite? Or are you team CM Punk? Or are you somewhere in the middle?
Dude, I'm in the middle. That I've always been like that. Like when it comes to like drama and stuff, like if say like my sister and my best friend had beef, I don't pick a side. I'm just like, I'm in the middle, and I'm gonna tell you what you did wrong. I'm gonna tell you what you did wrong. I think the Bucks did a lot of shit wrong, and I think CM Punk did a lot of shit wrong. So I just think that whole situation is messy, and that's what I think that might be another one of those things from AEW that just makes me go, I don't know. Cause like even WWE has messes, but you don't see stuff like that. That would never happen. So it's just and I see a lot of people going, oh, this is a work. This is a work. No matter if it's a shoot or a work, it looks messy. It like no matter how you look at it, it just looks messy.
Like the minute he said something about like they couldn't manage a target, and then like Colt's mom, I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
what am I watching?
Brother. It's entertaining, I'll tell you that, but it's also messy.
Yeah, for sure. What's like been the biggest wrestler that's like reached out to you or followed you since like you've had like this whole YouTube channel fame that you have?
It depends on like how you look at it. Maybe Xavier Woods,
That's a
just
good
because
name.
like his New Day success. Like, I mean, he's a bro. Can we talk about it? This man needs a push. I love the New Day, but I need to see the singles work, bro. Oh my god,
He does.
bro. Him and Angel Garza was snapping on Raw in that tag match. All right, that's enough. That's enough hype about him. But dude, no, I think it's probably Woods, and then after that maybe Ricochet. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, it really depends on how you look at success.
Okay. If you could leave one social media platform and never come back to it, which one is it?
Instagram is terrible. Instagram is terrible. At this point, I post on Instagram because it's my job. But if there maybe Facebook. Facebook is much worse.
I mean, let's not count Facebook. Come on now. Like
if we're not counting Facebook, if we're not counting Facebook, then Instagram. And I think the reason with Instagram too is like before I used to love it, especially when it was in chronological order. I will never get over that, bro. As soon as they changed it, that's when it started going downhill. Chronological order was amazing. So I just enjoyed seeing my friends and seeing what they were up to. But then over time, it became like this platform that was only for your good moments. And not that that's a bad thing, but it just like it seems fake. Because I mean, even I do it. Like when something good happens, I post it on Instagram. Like that's just kind of what you do. But that's why I like Twitter so much more, because like you can post your good moments, but you also tweet about your bad moments too. So like people can see who you are as an individual. So Twitter is my favorite platform besides YouTube.
You might be the only person to ever say they love Twitter. I feel like everyone just hates it.
Dude, because I feel like what a lot of people don't do on Twitter, they allow this negativity to come in all the time. Bro, you should look at my timeline. Like if I see something negative where it's like absolutely horrible, block or just mute the word or whatever. Like I like to keep my timeline as clean as possible. Obviously, like negativity slips in. You can't, get away from the trends that are happening like in the world, but like just the basic stuff. I don't mind seeing like opposing opinions. I think that's good. But
for sure.
It's just straight negativity, block.
Block it out of here. Who do you think could beat Roman Reigns for the championships?
It's got to be Cody. Like, who else? It's got to be like, if they didn't put it on Drew in this man's home country, it's got to be Cody. If it's not Cody, it's The Rock.
Yeah, I kind of hope it really isn't The Rock, but like, if it is, I'm okay with that too. You feel like, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. All right, last hot take. Oh man, I had this written down and I completely forgot it. What's your least favorite wrestling promotion currently and why?
Least favorite. So I watch a lot of wrestling, but I don't watch a lot of wrestling. Like, but if I had to pick one, I might get some fucking heat for this, but I gotta say GCW. Like, I don't like death matches. I don't like any of that just gruely stuff. I don't know. Like, not to just sit on, like, I think the wrestlers are amazing, but I'm not into the extreme violence. Like, I just, at that point, it's not even wrestling.
I mean, I know my favorite companies control your narrative, so I understand.
Or actually control your narrative.
I was kind of thinking you're going to say that one. I was like, whoa, GCW, that's a different one. That might give
I don't
you
know. Like, and I feel like when it comes to like cussing in promos, I feel like relying on it too much just kind of takes away from what you're actually trying to do. Sometimes sometimes it's very tastefully done. But I don't know. Like, I'm just not into the super hardcore barbed wire. Barbed wire is fine. I'm not into light tubes or glass, any of that shit. Keep it.
Last GCW show I went to, someone got hit with the light tube and like the glass went out the ring and it cut someone else. So I was like,
see,
didn't like that. I was like standing like 5 feet from the guy. I'm like, oh, that I could have died. Nah, I'm good.
Man.
I'm good.
Like, dude, a massive respect to those dudes, bro, because getting glass in your body, all the light tube and stuff, like, I give all the wrestlers credit. It's just not for me.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And like, as we wrap this up, like, what's your goals on YouTube? Like, obviously you want to hit 1 million subscribers, but like, what's that dream that you're chasing? Like, what's that main goal you're looking for?
I just want to be the best wrestling YouTuber on the platform, dog. That's
that.
all I want. Because I mean, with that, that'll open up doors to WWE or just another promotion in general. The main goal is to get to WWE at some point. Like that's the biggest stage. Like. That's where I want to go.
Wait, so why do you want to go to WWE?
Well, I've been watching it since I was a kid. I love it. And one of my dreams is to be in a video game, not even necessarily WWE, but just in general. And I feel like that's another way to get in one. And I just love WWE. Like I don't mind saying it, bro. I'm a WWE mark. Like even during the bad times, when it's bad, I would at least still watch because I just care about the wrestlers and I want to see how their careers go because I'm just invested. So the end goal is WWE.
As like a wrestler, production, like.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
I like that.
If I'm a wrestler, cool. If I'm a commentator, bet, because I think that would be really cool. If I was offered a commentating position, I take it, bro. I take it immediately.
I love that.
I wouldn't mind being a backstage interviewer, like what's his name, Kevin Patrick or something, or like a Renee Young back in the day. Like not to be a woman, but you know what I'm saying. Renee Young is fire. Renee Young is fire.
Didn't even think I wasn't even in that realm, but hey.
But yeah, Renee Young fire. But yeah, I would any on-screen position I'd be down for. If I was a referee, I'll do it, bro.
I mean, it's basically confirmed at this point. Like, I think you going to WWE makes a lot of sense. I feel like if they're going to bring anyone out of this community, it's probably, I mean, I wanted to be me, but that's okay. But it's probably going to be you. So I can
I hope it's you too.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But dude, where can they find you on social media if they're not already following you, which they definitely are if they're watching this by now?
On YouTube, it's BDE. On Twitter, it's Brandon DE. Same with TikTok, and on Instagram, it's B Collymore.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Brandon, thank you so much for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.